Well, you're watching 6 News as we continue our coverage of the conflict in Ukraine. Joining us now is mykola Volkivskyi, a political expert, former advisor to a top official of the Ukrainian parliament and president of the First International Ukrainian Foundation of Development. He is in the Polish capital of Warsaw right now, but left Ukraine only a couple of days ago. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. How are you right now? How are you feeling?
I feel relaxed because I see my nephews, part of my family in Poland in safety zone, because they was waiting about 30 hours on the border to cross the border to get to Poland, by the way, because they doing this long distance from Kiev, from Korsun, from my native city. As now the Russian troops, they tried to get to my city through this Belarus border because they're situated in the center of Ukraine. It's about 150 kilometers, my native city from Kiev. And the way to Kiev was destroyed by the night by the Russians. They destroyed the bridge, and now it's impossible to get to Kiev from the part of Zhytomyr. It was the main road, which is land Europe in Ukraine as well. But now we're a little bit scary because the Russian troops, they can either with Belarus, they can enter Ukraine through Belarus border. What we're seeing in every 30 minutes alarm in my city. That's my sisters, they said, because they in Korostan, they stay in Korostan, but they ask me, to be children safe, and now we're in Warsaw. But tomorrow morning I will back to support my Ukrainians on the border to help, because I have my First International Foundation of Development of Ukraine, which is based in Poland. It was founded 2 years ago, but now we're doing what can be possible to support our people, the children of mother who's back from the Ukraine back. They just entering into Poland, and I would like to say the Polish people, they doing quite good job. They actually for Ukrainians, you don't need to pay now any money to get a ticket to get to any city in Poland. This was a Ministry of Infrastructure. They making a zero. You don't need to pay for everything. They help Ukrainian refugees. They help Ukrainian people who just entering Poland after the war in Ukraine.
So you left Ukraine earlier this week. That was actually before Vladimir Putin announced the invasion. Why did you make the decision to leave the country and not stay like some others have?
You know what? I just back from Munich Security Conference last Sunday, and I had my flight directed to Lviv. And I used to talk with some journalists from CNN by the Sunday night, and they decided to leave. Even some of the part of the journalists, they decided to leave Lviv like late Monday and early Tuesday, and also the diplomatic mission of USA, which actually till Monday they was based in Lviv in the western city. It's about 70 kilometers from Polish border now, but this diplomatic mission of United States, they based exactly in Poland, because I used to live in Poland since September 2021, because since 2014 till September I used to work like advisor to MP for a long 8 years in Ukrainian parliament. But my last job was I was an advisor to chairman of Ukrainian Committee of Urban Planning in the local government by Saving to the People political party. But I used to talk in Munich Security Conference with a lot of governors, with former Minister of Defense, James Mattis as well, with a lot of ministers of foreign affairs of Finland as well, with Prime Minister of Belgium. During those 3 days of Munich Security Conference, everyone was united for Ukraine. I mean, like everyone was totally support Ukraine. By dialogue, by talk, every lecture was in every discussion organized by Wolf Attinger, president of conference, was about the Ukraine. But when Russia entered Ukraine on Tuesday at 3:40 morning, the European Union then started to do too late. I predicted those conflicts and read a lot of articles before, like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, if European Union was good with good relations with Russia government, it was in something good for Putin, to see that I'm good, quite good. I'm doing quite good, quite well with European Union. I met with Emmanuel Macron, with Chancellor of Germany, Olaf Scholz. He doesn't care about European. even Americans, they was, with not so nice bilateral relations, but they either don't put any sanction against them. But when Olaf Scholz, the journalist, asked him Saturday during his discussion in Munich Security Conference, when we asked Olaf Scholz when the Germany when put any sanctions against Putin, they say we don't know actually. It was the answer of Olaf Scholz. It's the most powerful economy in the European Union. Why we was waiting for a long time to get our support by European Union, by NATO, but our company, by our allies and partners from whole world. From this reason, we was shocked. But now we are doing quite better. I mean, like this, those countries now, they understood the situation. If Russia can conquer and can also occupied Ukraine, it will be disaster from whole world. I mean, one of the part of disaster, it's a nuclear problem. They already occupied the Chernobyl nuclear plant power in also exclusive zone. As they know that they can be in safety zone because nobody's will shooting them, because they understood if, for example, they make the shoot, they put to this nuclear plant, they can be a big disaster, bigger than Chernobyl as well. But don't forget that we have 4 nuclear plants. Russians are planning, to occupy all of these power plants. For this reason, it can be the big disaster for environment and also for ecology from whole world.
Have you actually got any family members who are still in Ukraine? If so, have you been staying in contact with them over the past 72 hours?
Yes, now my sisters, they situated now in the base in Korostan with their husbands. I mean, like they try to help the Ukrainian soldier who fight against the Russians. Yeah, but thanks God, I can see my nephews now in Warsaw. And even my father, he's 62 years old. He's psychiatric. He's a doctor, but he's planning to back to support the Ukrainians. He's planning to back to Ukraine as soon as possible. But even my mother, we stay with nephews, but because I need to back to Ukrainian border to support our Ukrainians who left Ukraine because of the war. I mean, like, of course, this martial law with its mobilization, and the male who's from 18 to 60 years old, they're not allowed to get from Ukraine. They need to stay and mobilize it. It's not possible to leave the country from this category of people, male people from 80 to 60 years old. But if, for example, if it's a children, if it's a mother, we should help. We should organize some support, and then also the charity from this. It's why our organization as well, we join, we help the people who doesn't know what we'll do. Because, just for example, just imagine 3 days ago, if I asked for someone, what was the best time ever in your life? They said it was 3 days ago before the invasion. We don't know how to expect how he was happy in this time. It was normal day, but the people say it was time it was happiest ever. Now nobody knows when they can back to Ukraine. We don't know what will next, because it's Russian troops saying every 30 minutes they bombed and attacked our capital. They try to destroy the Ukrainian airports, the Ukrainians, some strategic architecture, and also they try to destroy the Ukrainian railway at all, to make impossible to move by the Ukrainian troops as well. But we will see. I'm totally hope. And I'm totally see that we need to fight against them, and we need to show the whole world that it's real war in the 25th century. It's not the hybrid war. Of course, the Putin, they make some cyber attacks against the Ukrainian official website. He tried to already do this from 24th January. It was I write article before to see. The next enemies for Putin for the cybersecurity attacks, it can be the NATO camps in Ramstein, in Wiesbaden. That's why from this the NATO, they need to be care about these places. But also I would like to thank the Anonymous, and also for Ukraine, for all these foreigners who help us to fight and to shut down it makes cyber attacks against the Ministry of Defense of Russia, and some of the who producing the fake news, because it's too much fakes on Telegram's channel, because the Ukrainians, they mostly receiving information from Telegram's channels all the time. But we totally support our country. We unite together, and we are together with Ukraine against Russia.
Is there anything you believe Western nations should do more? I mean, many have been putting sanctions, but that's pretty much where it ends. Is there anything you'd like to see them do?
I would like to say that, for example, I believe that Putin, scared about the sanctions. He doesn't care about the money, because they had a lot of billions of dollars. Okay, he doesn't now. He cannot think. He doesn't think about the economy, about what is going on in developing the country. He doesn't feel about the citizens of Russia, because I think mostly of them, they understood that it's a real war, and mostly of them, they say no war. Even the famous people, artists, actors, they try to say against the Putin, they no war in Ukraine. But this country should be much more. To be unite with them. Okay, some of the NATO's members, they already send us some guns and weapons to support the Ukrainian army. Thank you for this, but it's not at all. We need to wait maybe for Monday morning, because some parliaments will decide to do something more sanctioned. Also, they try to cancel the SWIFT payments for Russia at all. For all of these countries, they voted positive for this. But we should wait for something more progressive by the sanctions of everything from the NATO, from our West partners, and also from the United States at all. But we will see what it will be in Monday. I hope that everything in support will be much more higher.
Yeah, all right. Now, just finally, because we don't want to keep you for too long, because it is 1 a.m. Right now where you are.
Yes.
I'd love to know what you think of how Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has responded to it. He has rejected an offer to leave the capital. Do you agree with how he's responded?
We received information the U.S. government, proposed him to leave to U.S. from Ukraine, but say we don't need a transportation, we need a gun. What he say? We don't need to try. He stay in Ukraine, I believe, because if you're the spirit of Ukrainians, he should stay in our country. Of course, he's the first enemy by Putin. He is admired to destroy him, to kill the Ukrainian government at all, the Ukrainian parliament, all of these buildings. They think he destroyed, but Putin. What he can do, anything, he cannot destroy the spirit of Ukrainians, what is united, because we stay in Ukrainian country. What is Putin? The main idea was Putin to be a denazification. Okay, look at my family. We are Nazi. We're not Nazi. I speak at least 6 languages. I would like, if I saw the Putin on my face, see, look at me. I am Nazi. And my family members or my sisters who has tried to escape the country, what they do negative against no one. It isn't fake, it's true. The Putin just had admired, to make the biggest empire in his life, but it will be last step when he's doing his life. I hope we can, our partners, they will support Ukraine. They will fight together with us against the regime of Vladimir Putin. It will be the last step on his life ever, because he makes the first step to Ukraine. It will be last step for Russia and for Vladimir Putin at all.
Right, we'll leave it there. Mykola Volkivskyi, thank you very much for joining us from Warsaw under very difficult circumstances. We really do appreciate you taking the time. Thanks for being here. Please stay safe.
Thank you so much. Thank you to support to Australia. Thank you. We are united. We are together. Thank you, Australia.
Alright, and for more coverage of the conflict, tune in tonight at 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time right here on 6 News on our YouTube channel.